Hello everyone, welcome back to, hi everyone, welcome back to another VR Here Talks episode. My name's Brian from VR Here in Liverpool.
I am Ben, aka the Pirate VR YouTuber, Walk the Plank.
So thanks for joining us today. You're going to be our guest host for episode 2.
Yeah.
We're already episode 2 in, we haven't actually recorded episode 1 yet.
So this is
Star Wars, Flipper, and so I'm actually really honoured and actually really happy because we've already got a guest for our second video.
Yeah.
So the idea of the show, as we would have mentioned briefly in episode 1, was to bring you some news, fun bits from immersive tech. We want to concentrate on mostly VR, but AR is welcome as well.
Yeah.
It's just not so much there yet. It might be with like the old Instagram like things, because technically that's AR, but
the
floppy
Snapchat
bunny ears and
filter things,
technically it's augmented reality, but it's not. It's like saying the mobile phone VR headsets that you put in a shell is VR, but it's not.
It's not. It's really just putting your phone in front of your face, but it's hands free.
Yeah. They're not great. So yeah, we're going to concentrate on news, something that's caught our eye. So obviously our guests will bring their own little bits from the week, not even the week, actually over the last couple of months, could be last year.
Yeah.
Stuff that you may not know. And then we will talk more about kind of VR Here as a company. Sometimes you will meet other members of the team. You would have already met Matt. You haven't yet, but you have. It will be. Oh my God.
It's not as confusing to you because you'll see the first episode first.
Before this. Yeah.
Confusing to us doing the second one there.
Yeah, I've got to kind of go back to things that haven't happened because they're happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then so we all mention like new games, new attractions, and hopefully fun stuff. If we're eating throughout this show, it's completely normal. That's what we do in this show.
We're human beings.
I'll start off with you, Ben. What have you been looking at?
I've been looking at Post Malone performing a live VR concert. This is the thing that I didn't really know existed.
Yeah.
But people have started actually recording. I'm not sure how he does it, because who did it before that? Billie Eilish has already done one.
And
Tenacious D. So I'm guessing they just have a 360 camera on stage with them?
Yeah, so there's we've actually had I won't mention names. We've had people come here and mention like live streaming, and only the higher end, as far as I'm aware, can live stream. I think the Galaxy camera can, the version 2 can live stream.
Right.
360.
How does it even work? Do
you know what? You'd think I would know. It's not. There's a camera at the back and a front, and they're wide angle, and then they stitch together
so
live.
They stitch together. Oh,
yeah, instead of you going in and stitching
I've always
it.
wondered how the 360 videos work.
Some cameras have got multiple cameras, but you're looking at maybe a few thousand rather than a few hundred.
Like GoPro sort of thing.
GoPro
setup.
Listening, exactly.
Yeah.
I think GoPro do a 360 camera as well. I haven't listened to Post Malone. I wouldn't say he's on my list of Apple Music faves, but the concept is really cool.
Yeah.
It gives people that opportunity to attend concerts without potentially buying a ticket. I haven't read further on.
I'm guessing they're probably going to think we're going to lose out on quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
If people don't actually come and they get more lazy, so I'm guessing they'll maybe charge.
Maybe going forward, I think the Post Malone's free.
Oh, Post Malone's free.
As far as I'm aware, I think for the bigger artist, I don't think there'd be an issue.
Yeah.
Because they will generally, you're not going to, I mean, that's the thing with the 360 things, they're not going to be replacing the atmosphere.
Yeah, there's a difference between being in virtual reality and having people screaming in your ears.
Yeah.
And the smell.
Yeah, the smell of
sweaty people.
You know, men sweating next to you.
Yeah.
You can't beat it.
And bad breath.
Yeah, so, and drinks flying over you potentially, but that's only if you go to...
You could always get some friends in, I suppose.
Just, yeah, you could.
B-boy you doing this.
Smell-o-vision.
Yeah.
It's quite, I purely, especially the fact that it also mentions that the company do other events as well.
Yeah. It's definitely something I'd...
Supersphere, I think the company are called, and yeah, I think pretty much they set up either multiple shots, so you can choose.
Oh, you can choose where you are.
Yes, because
Yeah.
FIFA World Cup, last one that went, did it?
Oh, really? Because I was going to
sure.
ask, where are you? Are you actually on stage, or are you in the...
So you could get multiple choices.
You get multiple choices,
So
so
I-
you can be on stage with Malone, like...
Yeah,
People
totally.
call him Malone?
Yeah.
I don't really listen to him either.
Maybe we're going to have to do our research on artist lingo and see.
Yeah.
The idea of the 360 artists, the comedy shows, sports shows, especially sports shows. I
Yeah.
think the NBA have already done it quite a few times as well, courtside.
Courtside seats, yeah.
Which
that'd
obviously-
be amazing. Especially if where the way VR headsets are going, it's going to get more HD, be more realistic.
Yeah, so the 360 cameras have gradually got better, but they're still essentially a wide view stitched together.
Yeah.
Some are stitched afterwards. I'm guessing these guys do it on the fly because they would probably have to if it's a live stream.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, quick, just put it there.
Yeah.
Stitch it together quick.
I think the picture was one of them, was a picture of the 360 camera on a massive big tripod above the crowd.
Oh.
So it would make sense because I can imagine sitting at home, I'm going to go into a such and such concert now, and the camera is in the middle of the crowd, and you're like,
Yeah.
I can't actually see
There's
over it because
always-
this isn't volumetric and not proper VR. This is just a 360 photo. So this was the
can't
worst
really
thing
do that.
ever.
And there's always someone in front of you with big hair.
Yeah,
If it's higher up, you won't have that problem. So maybe more people will start doing that. People
I
that are
think
fed
so.
up of people being tall in front of them. If you're a short person, get on the Post Malone concert. The thing's going to be above the heads, hopefully.
or on the stage, and
On
yeah,
the
you
stage,
can
yeah.
party up with Malone without actually being there.
Yeah,
and-
that would be cool. Especially if he now and again looks at the camera, and goes, "You're doing good."
Oh, definitely. You can tell the more flamboyant stars would be going up to the camera,
Yeah.
singing into it, and
Putting the arm around, and like, yeah, got, and then put the mic to you.
nice.
can sing around.
Home use VR will kind of be a bit more accessible now, which
Yeah.
we will come on to it like later episodes, and there will be ranting on these series because I had a rant on Facebook last night and people were just laughing their heads off at me going, what are you doing? Anyway, so the company Supersphere,
Yeah.
they also do it for the Gear VR.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think about it off the top of my head without looking. Gear VR, Quest, Go, and that's it, I think.
Yeah.
So the standalones.
For the concerts, do you mean? Yeah. So
they're,
the
they're not
concerts
supported on Rift or Vive,
Right.
which
that's-
seems to be the norm.
I'm out a lot then. Oh no, I've got an Oculus Go. Could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. I guess that's why they're doing it mainly on those, because you can just sit on your sofa then.
It's obviously for the standalone experience where you don't
Yeah.
have to start plugging setting your PC on and
Yeah.
putting wires in and stuff. Plus, bearing in mind that we have to say that this isn't VR technically, so this is another pet hate of mine. People go, oh, that 360 image on Facebook, or the 360 photos in general. You put the plastic shell on, even a Gear VR or a Go.
Yeah.
It's not VR. It's a 360 photo or video.
Yeah.
So there's a big difference. You do a lot of videos. VR is 3D. The person comes up to you, it feels like that there's almost so the way you want to reach out and
Yeah.
high five them.
Yeah. Not
360
a
videos
grainy what looks like a video that's just been stretched.
They are still okay. It's just if you are doing VR as much as us two,
Yeah.
and obviously all VR gamers, to go from that to 360
It doesn't
video.
feel really immersive after being in like Elite Dangerous or something like that, and then you go into that. It feels more flat.
Oh, it's
In a way, yeah.
it's flat, and you also have the 3 degrees of freedom thing, where if you move forward, the image stays where it is. It's not.
Oh yeah, you can't lean in, can you?
No.
Yeah.
So there's no leaning in to hug Post Malone.
Basically like the DK2.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Or even DK1.
Where all you could do is hold a controller and just do this. You'd lean in and just get motion sick.
We were discussing this the other day. It's been about maybe 5, maybe 4 years. It's come along so much when
Definitely.
you've got like the Vive Pro, the Vive Pro I, and the Index.
Yeah, and you know now that it's getting more mainstream, that Post Malone and stuff are starting it.
and potentially more.
Yeah.
Who we don't know, who have been approached and said, what do you think of this idea?
Yeah, because it's really easy to do as well. You just put a 360 camera on stage.
Yeah.
And then you've got VR support for their concerts.
Moving on to discuss Cosmos. It's called the Vive Cosmos, I think.
And it's not made by HTC.
It is.
It is.
It is. So
which
Valve.
is the one that isn't.
So Valve split away from HTC. I
Oh,
don't know the
but
ins
he
and
didn't
outs. I'm not going to discuss what I think happened, but Valve went with their Index, so they built
Yeah.
theirs. But originally it was Valve and HTC doing the Vive.
Yeah.
HTC are now doing the Vive Cosmos and Focus, the Focus is a standalone one.
I haven't heard of that one, I don't think.
I don't think it's out in Europe or the UK yet.
Yeah.
The Cosmos is now out. It's kind of the Swiss Army knife for VR headsets.
Oh, really?
Well, there is different attachments.
Yeah.
So another rant, VR companies, I know it's kind of the future, the way to go, but inside out tracking is pants. Stop using it. It's good for standalone, but VR still needs space.
Yeah.
Man, okay, yeah, we're here, we're in a VR center. It has the space in each cubicle or room or station, whatever you want to call it, to move around. People don't have that at home. And
No.
if they do, they're lucky.
Yeah.
They've got a garage or a full main room to dedicate to it,
yeah.
which isn't always the case.
Yeah, if you've not got spare room and you're not that dedicated to VR, you constantly have to. I know quite a few really big YouTubers, a lot of you probably know, that have to constantly move their sofa and stuff to do a video. And it's a bit of a pain.
And this is it. There's no way until they perfect like it's already a thing, shrinking people down. There's no way. So you can do all the inside out tracking you want, but you're then making the experience of playing Beat Saber.
Yeah.
That fast movement hands, especially if you go into the
yeah.
harder levels.
Yeah.
The cameras, the inside out cameras on the front or the sides in some cases can't track anymore, and that's it.
Yeah.
And Beat Saber requires that hand movement. So
Yeah. I just before who was the first one to do it? Was it Rift S was the first one to come out with the sensors in the headset?
Quest and Rift S,
Quest and Rift S.
they were same time, weren't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were. Yeah.
Rift S is the PC along with the Cosmos.
Yeah.
That's still used inside out. But Swiss Army knife talk. Cosmos can actually, you can buy, obviously you're paying for it.
Yeah.
You can actually buy a Steam VR tracker implant for it.
An implant.
Well, it's not an implant. It's a face. It's a face plate.
Like you put it in your neck.
Yeah. No, it's a Matrix style.
Yeah.
No, it's a faceplate. It actually then can be used with the base stations.
Oh, I see.
1.1 and 2.0 as well.
Yeah.
Which obviously 2.0 is the Vive Pro lighthouses, a bit smaller, compact,
Yeah.
but better at tracking. But yeah, you buy it, you put it on the front, and it could then track like a outside-in tracking.
Oh.
So it is a Swiss Army knife of
That sounds like
of a
good
headset.
one. Does that?
Bearing in mind, $700. So I guess they're just going to go for the $699 UK.
Yeah.
Even though that's technically not the conversion, it should be around
Yeah.
maybe 650, 600, but it probably won't be $599. That's how much the Cosmos is anyway, and the
Yeah.
and the faceplate's 200.
Why do you reckon? Because I was talking to C-Top and Just Stop about this, and we have no idea why Vive products cost so much more than Oculus. Oculus is always cheaper. Like the one that comes out, like the Rift S is it $499?
Yeah,
$599?
Yeah, but that's reasonable when you consider you can pick up just a normal Rift CV1 for
Yeah.
I think still 350, maybe even 300.
I think it's 3,499. No, that'd be 3,400. It's not that expensive, guys.
That's one deer Rift.
Yeah, it's around
I
500,
don't know.
I think.
I think if I'm going to take a hazard guess, you would think I know this running a place like this, but the Vive with its amount of trackers,
Yeah.
and generally the Rift. I know the original Rift didn't track as good. That's up to debate.
Yeah.
we're going to obviously have some discussions with a lot of comments going on YouTube. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope. But my thing is that out of the box, the Rift wouldn't track it nearly as good as an original Vive because of the lighthouses, the laser tracking, and the Rift was two little cylinders. Remember with the infrared
I can't really say much about the Vive because I've been an Oculus boy for 5 years, so.
It is a nice headset to wear, though.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. It's definitely more comfy.
It's not. Well, when you came here and tried, it's a bulkier headset, but I feel it's negotiable. If you've got 3 or 4 trackers for the Rift, you wouldn't notice any difference.
Yeah.
It's just if you have the forward-facing Rift sensors towards a Rift, jumping around the room and turning around, it starts to become an issue.
Yeah.
Not a massive issue, but you do notice it. With a Vive, it's just 2 trackers. All right, you've got to start drilling holes in the wall, or tripods.
Tripods, yeah. You
Tripods
can always do tripods. You can get the lighting tripod things.
They're quite reasonably priced. So back to Cosmos. It's the Swiss Army knife. Apparently they're going to be doing more as well. I don't know when they say more. I don't know what they're going to be doing. I haven't read into what they have planned. I just know that you can then do the Steam VR tracking, but you have to use the original Vive controllers. You don't use the Cosmos controllers.
That's the only reason I didn't move over, is because my only problem with Vive was I didn't like the controllers.
Oh,
they felt
totally.
too big, and when you're shooting a gun, it feels like your hand isn't where it should be for the gun. The gun sort of points outwards like this.
Yeah, I completely agree.
But now we've got the index controllers, the knuckles,
so they actually still work with a Vive.
Oh, right.
We've tried them, and all games pretty much now support it in some capacity. The finger tracking, it depends if the developer wants to put it in. So the latest game that I've seen now implements the finger tracking. Is Batman, the Arkham game.
Oh.
Haven't tried it yet though. Even because we've got it here.
Blade and Sorcery's supported for that.
Yeah. So
because we tried it last night.
And it's better because they've taken away from the Vive. They had grip buttons, and they're the worst button placement ever. Like there's no
the original Vive controllers.
Yeah, down the side, where you want to grip.
Oh yeah, if your fingers aren't long enough.
And plus, it's not a great button. It doesn't protrude enough. It's slightly textured.
Yeah.
So it feels a bit nicer, but you can locate them.
Yeah.
Compared to see the spit then.
I didn't see that. No.
Oh God, I hope the camera didn't.
You
see
have to keyframe that. It goes bad.
Fairy dust.
Yeah.
Next transition. Now, it's the index controllers. You don't press a button. You literally do this.
Yeah.
More natural.
More natural. When I tried those that you've got here, it felt so weird from holding on to small controllers all that time to then being able to let them go and they're not going to drop, and then being able to do this. It's just very abnormal when you first do it, because it feels like I feel like I'm more here now because your hands are actually.
The level of immersion goes up because they've put that finger tracking in to pretty much match your fingers, and it starts to become a bit weird. Even if you've done VR religiously, like yourself and I, every time they introduce something like that, you're just like, oh, we're getting
there. It makes your brain go, whoa, it's getting closer.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, we've already got. I remember Nathy did a review on those body suits. What are they called?
There's 2 different types. The haptic feedback, of the suits. If they use full haptic feedback, that is spot on.
Yeah.
Some of them use the sound, rather like a subwoofer type
subwoofer,
thing. Which is a bit more.
Yeah. I think haptic. I think it's called Haptic. The company that does the main one where it's like proper sound, because they've got legs, a vest one, they've got wrist ones, and they've got the one so you can rumble your head as well.
Yeah, someone headshot you, which I haven't had a go yet, but I can imagine it is just completely mad.
Yeah.
Like I'm playing an army game, like something like Pavlov or there's Zero Caliber. There's loads. The more kind of realistic simulation of the army ones, not like your overkills, your arcadey ones and stuff. For me to just be like in cover, ready to pop out, and
especially
then
if you've got the Pro Tube as well.
Yeah,
just go all out.
They sent me one.
Oh really?
Not a Pro Tube though, just the
that
normal
wasn't
one.
Pro Tube, just a
Sorry,
normal
the
stop.
Pro Tube, the Force Tube is the one with the.
Oh, the Force Tube's the one with the
They
thing.
didn't have any. They wanted to be. They wanted to. I haven't actually done a video. The Force Tube. Sorry,
I was
not the
meant to
Force Tube.
lend you it. Do you want me to bring it down?
Would you-
The
Next time you come
the
back?
thingy. Yeah, because it's really easy to set up. It's just Bluetooth. You just Bluetooth it to your PC, and then
I've heard you got to mess around with the DDL files.
you do.
though.
Yeah.
But that makes
Because
sense.
sometimes you shoot and it just goes boop boop boop. Like a couple of seconds later, there's a delay, so you have to sort that out. Because it's a bit confusing when you first play it, and you're like, "It's not doing it," and it just does it in your face when you're looking. That's a little bit confusing.
Oh. Anyway, back on subject.
Yeah.
Cosmos, faceplate sealed, $200. Probably going to be $199. They won't do any kind of actual conversion. We'd still pay probably the dollar price, I guess.
Yeah.
My conversion was about 160, but I can't see them saying it's 160 or 159 or whatever. It releases Q1 of next year, 2020.
Yeah.
Vive Cosmos, the faceplate, blah blah blah. Staying on the subject of the Vive Cosmos, just before because this is obviously one of the newer headsets.
Yeah.
The control, no, it's the wireless adapter. Actually the controller. While I was thinking of it, you were mentioning just before we started recording about apparently the poor test of the controllers, maybe getting like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous because the Vive controllers, even now, after us having them for 3 years, still get 6 hours maybe out of the day.
Yeah.
And
Why do you reckon do they just drain more power because it's more powerful?
inside out controllers, inside out tracking controllers,
Yeah.
they generally would be, wouldn't they?
So, they drain that pretty quick.
smaller.
4 to 8 hours.
Yes, that's the new thing from HTC. The HTC saying HTC Vive Cosmos now does 4 to 8 hours. Bit of a weird one.
Bit of a wide margin. I'm guessing that's
Bit of
because it depends on what the batteries you put in. Is it rechargeable ones?
I'd imagine they would go for rechargeable ones.
The Valve Index, doesn't the Valve Index, you can get a package where it comes with a charger kit,
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
This goes nicely onto the wireless adapter for the Cosmos. Again,
Yeah.
another little Swiss Army knife thing. We have the wireless adapter for the Vive here, which we've tested, which again will feature on one of these episodes at some point. We don't know how many episodes in a series. We're not even planning that far. As you can tell already, it is super, super relaxed. We're eating Haribo. We're drinking Monster. Sorry, Red Bull. It's Monster.
You have to blue that out though, unless they want to sponsor us.
Yeah. So there's empty packets of stuff. There's Pringles. It's great. So it will feature the wireless adapter at some point. But the wireless adapter for the Vive, we've got here. Brilliant. No latency issues. I cannot tell. It starts feeling a bit more weird because I'm used to having a wire above me or below me. So I still feel like I've got to be cautious about where I'm going.
Oh yeah, because
Weird.
after being in VR for a while, like us veterans, you're always concerned, even if it's not there, you're concerned that you have to do this. You turn around because you don't want to get strangled by it. There is the thing that I think you've got, haven't you, that I've got as well. Yeah, the clips that you can put on your roof.
Yeah.
Holds the wire up, but mine don't work that well.
They're not perfect. The best thing to do is have wireless.
Yeah.
But you have to have. Remember, your PC is running 3 screens, your monitor, your 2 screens in the headsets as well. Then it's running a wireless adapter, which will also be CPU intensive, and it is. So nothing smaller than an i7 processor.
Yeah.
So
basically,
you've got to have a beef of a PC.
Yeah, if you want the really, really good experience, obviously you're going to have to pay more. The same as if you want full immersion, like index controllers, and then the haptic full suit. It's going to cost a bomb, but you'll feel like something out of the movie. What's that movie called?
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. You'll feel like him.
Definitely.
You'll be getting shot in the back and be like, ah!
Yeah, definitely. People will be calling the police outside your house. Like, something's going on in there.
Especially if someone comes up to you in a game and just peppers you with bullets.
The Vive Cosmos also gets wireless adapter treatment, but here's the thing.
No.
Here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
You have to have an add-on kit because the Vive, the original Vive wireless adapter is similar to the Cosmos one. In fact, I think it's completely the same.
Yeah.
But it needs more battery, so you need a brand new battery. But then a £40, $50 add-on kit to make that battery work. So it's all like sounding like an EA microtransaction thing
Yeah,
going
it's
on
all
here.
sounding like we're going to give you this, but we're going to cut it into 4 and charge you for each bit.
I love HTC and the Vive. I love the Vive, but it's a bit.
It's a bit.
Bearing in mind that I don't mind saying this on camera, you can buy batteries that work with the wireless adapter, and you don't need Vives.
Yeah.
And they know that. Come on, HTC, you know that people are buying those.
You must think, hang on a minute, people are going to realise.
That might be why they're doing this.
Yeah.
To stop that.
Maybe.
Which isn't a. I'm not having a go. That's fair
like
enough.
a
If you're a company
business
doing
standpoint,
something
then
like this,
yeah.
you want your products to be the only ones. I
Yeah.
get that. That's completely fair.
Apple's really good at that.
They're really good at
Yeah.
doing that. They're
And that's why they're
the
so
best.
rich.
What else? What else have you seen?
Next on the list, I'm not sure if I saw you eyeing it up before.
I was eyeing it up, and I've also seen it briefly
Ah.
scrolling through different websites.
Scientists develop an artificial. We were talking about the haptic feedback suits. Scientists have developed artificial skin that allows you to feel in VR. You could put that picture up behind us, I suppose. Saves me doing this with my phone.
Yeah, it's kind of. It looks really, really like
It looks like a
see-through plaster.
see-through plaster with a clip on it. Apparently,
It's here.
yeah, it's right
here.
there.
It's green for us now, so it's like doing the weather.
There's people in Switzerland have developed a skin-like material that, when worn over a user's body, stimulates a far more realistic sense of touch. I think this is done by this layer of membrane. Basically, it's like they've got little membranes in it's really thin. It's like a nanometer or something, really thin, and they've got little membranes in it that they send audio waves to. It vibrates, so it's like I'm guessing they're going to have loads on just one little bit of fabric, and it just basically pushes on your skin just a little bit, where it vibrates your skin, so it feels like you're touching.
This is something that it's shockingly fast how things are getting made, because not so long ago I saw a company and it looked insane. They had to bring this big machine, this box, as well as a PC, as well as a VR headset, and you would have seen it, massive big like glove thing with motors on, and the guy was picking up a ball in VR, and the motors were closing to simulate it.
Yeah.
Man, I mean,
That they've got, so from a weird iRobot device that basically restricts you from closing your hand on stuff that's you're holding in VR, to basically vibrating your senses on your skin, and it's like this fabric is like it's like a nanometer, so it's basically like skin, the width of skin.
It's shocking. Now, obviously, you got to bear in mind, guys, that this isn't going to be something that you're going to be buying next year in Currys or Argos. You know, you might never actually see it commercially. You might see it in the entertainment industry.
Oh,
so,
definitely. Yeah.
You know, places like us. This isn't an advert for us, guys. Although, you know, it's good to catch up on what we're doing afterwards. That's the thing that comes afterwards.
Yeah.
It's not going to be stuff that you can just readily available buy, and plus it's not something that everyone's going to be able to, even seasoned YouTubers and seasoned VR YouTubers who know what they're doing. It's different, man. It's
even if we do
if
get hold
scientists
of
are
it,
doing it in labs.
Yeah, if we do get hold of it in the future, it's gonna be expensive.
Lastly, we don't want to stick to like 3 per person. I think we just want to just naturally go through things. As you've already seen, we go off on little things, journeys,
Little tangents.
Right. That is a good word. That's what we go off on. It happens. I think it just all adds to the discussion.
Yeah.
Lastly, because it's actually 2 more things. Oculus Quest. Okay, so Oculus Quest again uses inside-out tracking. Standalone headset uses its own inbuilt PC.
Yeah.
It's essentially a phone.
Yeah.
Oculus did brilliantly. Okay, I'm in a position, and you're in a position where we've used high-powered PCs with high-powered VR headsets like the Vive, the Oculus, and soon enough the Index.
Index, yeah.
They're not going to emulate the same, okay? But Oculus did extremely well to have essentially a phone-powered headset track the controllers.
Yeah.
Again, not so well if you play high movement games. It becomes an issue.
Yeah.
But they were recently, you would have seen it, the finger tracking, the hand tracking. So they did it. The cameras can.
Oh, it does a camera go. It's sort of like when the Oculus first came out, not the original Oculus, the development kit too.
Yeah.
And I remember Nathy had that.
So Nathy had the Leap Motion.
Leap Motion, yeah.
Okay,
It looks
so
kind of like that, isn't it?
It's essentially saying the same thing,
Yeah.
but the reason why I bring it up is because there's a few little things. Looking at the reviews and people's reactions and speaking to people about what they thought, they said that the hand tracking is limited, maybe at the moment, but maybe completely all the way through, because remember, it is powered just by everything on board on your head, and to keep obviously the weight down.
Yeah.
It's interaction. So, for example, if you're tracking, if you do that, obviously it doesn't track. You wouldn't need it because you're not looking there. It's a forward-facing cameras.
Yeah.
The interactions that people were doing were mostly pop-up bubbles, touching things, heads-up menus.
Right.
There was less grabbing. There was a moment where someone grabbed the pen.
Yeah.
But I think that was an automatic script that attached the hand. So when the hand was put over the pen automatically went. They didn't grab the pen like that.
Yeah, because I had a conversation on a review of that, and I was saying, along with a couple of other people, it's all good and people are getting all hyped up over it, but if you've been in VR for quite a while, you sort of think, well, hang on a minute, when I grab stuff, there's going to be your hand's going to go through it, because you grab stuff in VR, you're squeezing your hand, it's just going to go through the object because there's nothing to.
So there has to be some kind. Now that is perfectly cool what Oculus are doing, because I've used Leap Motion extensively. We have one here, and it's the second update, the Orion update, I think it is called. It was great, and you can actually grab things.
Yeah,
it does go through the object, but it's cool. It's cool. But bearing in mind that's a standalone sensor that plugs onto a PC-powered headset, so it's running off its own USB.
Right.
So it's running off the PC separate to the headset. It's not running from the headset CPU, which the Quest is. It can't be used alongside the Quest controllers.
Right.
Which kind of makes sense. So you couldn't be doing that with your hand and then pick the controller up and see the controller.
Yeah.
Won't work. It also only decreases the battery by about 7 minutes, they state.
Oh, right.
They state.
Yeah, they state.
It depends on. Now, this is all well and good, guys. The hand tracking, I've tried Leap Motion. It's brilliant. I'm sure it's acceptable on the Quest.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, if you are just, again, using the term seasoned or veteran, or you're a VR YouTuber or a VR player or run a VR center, you're not going to emulate the controls.
Yeah.
You're going to want the controllers.
Yeah.
You either play with one or the other. So I think this is going to be for the casual gamers.
I reckon, yeah.
Right, and then quickly on a game rather than the hardware side, Arizona Sunshine. Did you ever play it? Mm-hmm. Very good game. 3 years old now.
Yeah, I keep going back to it.
Have you played the new DLC? It's called The Damned. Takes place in The Damned, funnily enough.
Oh, I played the Dead Man one.
Yep. So Dead Man and the original Arizona story. Sunshine story. The Damned takes place before it. It's a prequel.
Oh, right.
Don't know if they're going to make any more.
Yeah.
They are making a game called After the Fall, which they teased briefly with like a snowy type thing. I think that's what it's called, After the Fall. Yeah, I think it is. Don't know if it's going to be horror in the snow. But it looks cool from what they've showed. Just snow. The Damned costs, I think, about £5, $4.99. I think I checked on Steam, on our UK Steam.
Yeah.
$4.99. Takes place before the original story. You play as a special agent clearing a dam out.
Yeah.
The Damned.
The Damned.
Yeah, and you're just reactivating a dam before I don't think it's before the zombie outbreak, because that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. It's sort of like
be bad for zombie
in the
game if
midst
there's no
of
zombies.
when it first
When it
happened,
started, so you're tasked to just go there and reactivate the facility, and they say it's the biggest to date. I don't know how they I don't know. They've had
Biggest, do they
one
mean
DLC.
in their lifetime, or VR in a whole? Because I don't think anything can beat VR Skyrim. That's pretty big, but
Dead Man.
gives me a headache, that one.
No, I think it's just that they meant their one DLC.
Right.
Dead Man last, I believe, an hour, so the Damned must last longer.
2. Or so.
Maybe 2. Could
Maybe
be 1 hour 5 minutes.
Yeah, maybe. Speaking of zombie games, have you seen The Walking Dead?
Yes.
Which is out in early 2020, I think.
Yeah, I believe it was supposed to be out at the end of this year. I'm gonna completely have a guess here because isn't it Servios that does it? Raw data people. They just done the Westworld.
So, yeah.
Westworld game.
Is it a
them?
Westworld game?
Yeah.
I haven't even heard of that.
Yeah. The Westworld game. Yeah.
I haven't seen much of this game, but it looks better than Arizona Sunshine.
Arizona Sunshine is good in terms of one. It's nearly 3 years old. Arizona Sunshine, so it's nearly as old as Survive.
Yeah, it's like more of an arcadey.
It can get harder where you collect ammo and stuff, but the fact that there's only really a few levels where you're inside and it's dark.
Yeah.
For me, a core element of a zombie game is to have this dark element.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
and claustrophobic too.
Oh, definitely.
Where you'd like a good place would be like in an abandoned apartment block or something like that.
Yeah.
Got flickery lights.
Did you see the game? I can't pronounce the name of it.
Contagion.
Contagion VR.
Demo
the demo was insane.
And I accidentally stole the thumbnail.
Bad. The full release wasn't good.
Oh, did it actually come out a full release? I thought it never came out in the end.
Yeah, a full release, but the demo was better. That was my personal opinion.
Yeah. The Walking Dead, from the scenes I've seen on The Walking Dead, one scene where he's sort of like, there's a zombie in front of him and he chops him with a meat cleaver and then he has to prise it out of the head. It seems like it's more interactive with the zombies than just. This is the thing,
and I'm definitely going to recall some of your latest videos. A game I've been looking at and I really want to play, and you've played a few times as well as C-Top, Hellsplit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is the thing with core mechanics. This is going to lead nicely on to another episode we do. You hear the Boneworks, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
if you like VR and you're in this industry, Boneworks.
Yeah.
Whenever it ever comes out, or even if it's going to be called Boneworks, so I don't think it will be.
Change the name. I think that's just the project name.
Project name. The core element of going through and hitting a player still seems really touch and go in VR.
Yeah.
You don't feel any physics, and that's what Boneworks are there to prove to people they can be.
It can be done.
Hellsplit got a bit further.
Yeah.
Blade and Sorcerer still, even though it was good, it still didn't get there. They felt like your sword was going through them a lot, and you didn't get that nice chunk of a head coming off.
Hellsplit has got some janky.
It does, but you can grab and
you can proper grab and
pull
do
the heart
stuff.
out.
Yeah, sometimes your sword does this a little bit, but
exactly
they're getting more there.
They are, and that's where Boneworks comes in.
Yeah.
There will be more of a discussion on Boneworks. In fact, I'm pretty sure me and Matt will go into Boneworks in episode 1. We will go into episode 1. Oh man, yeah. No, we will. We will discuss, but Boneworks will probably be mentioned in every episode, man.
Yeah.
And there's a reason, guys. If you are watching this and this is just for learning about VR, taking into it, you've come here and you want to learn a bit more about it. Type into YouTube Boneworks VR and watch the team make it.
Yeah.
The team at Node, isn't it?
Node, yeah.
Anything else?
What
are you doing at the minute?
What am I doing?
I'm
doing a lot of collaborations, which I never really used to do. I'm doing videos with C-Top, Wacky Cast, and Simply Chris, which are 2 Americans and a Finnish man. But we do a lot of Pavlov, and Pavlov's going downhill lately.
And you know what?
Sparked it up, but it's started going down now.
And Pavlov is still £7 last time I checked as well. I don't know if you can buy any extras, and I haven't looked into it. We have every so often here we get the odd person say, "Have you got Pavlov?" And we haven't. Unfortunately, the commercial license for Pavlov is insane. So it's $6.99 to buy, but I think it's £45 a month on each station.
Ooh.
That's if you play it or not.
Yeah. It's like one of the best ones for people to go to that just want a shooting game. You just go in there,
It's Counter-Strike in VR, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah, CS:GO in VR. But yeah, at the moment we're just main things I'm doing on the channel is Blade and Sorcery mods, because they've come out with a whole Vortex engine for the mods now. So all you got to do is download it. The launcher comes up and just puts the mod in for you. So they've added for the beta that everyone's on at the moment. Shout out to the Baron for giving us a code for the beta. Basically they can do custom maps as well now, which in some of my latest videos, like Assassin's Creed in VR, is it's like a death pit where it's got like a little walkway each way, and then it's got just spikes below, and you can just throw people down there.
I've seen a couple of, specifically your videos and other YouTubers' videos of Blade and Sorcery, guns, lightsabers. Your lightsaber one, where you're selling them, and every so often, every 5 seconds they're coming over and you're just going.
Yeah.
Brilliant video.
Those are doing really well, to the point that I was very shocked the other day when some of like the biggest YouTubers, not just VR YouTubers, but biggest YouTubers in this Discord were like, "Oh, you're the funny guy that does Blade and Sorcery. I love that." And I was like, because I'm still really weird about what I should be doing and analytics and all that stuff.
So
that's fun.
No, I think what it is with yourself, bud, is more it's the comedic side of the structure of your videos. So yeah, the marketplace was cool. In your Hell Split video, you would you give like a name to the bartender who wasn't there. What was her name?
Cindy, I think.
Yeah,
that my off the head.
I don't know. It was
something like that. Yeah.
You know, and it was this. It's the comedic. It's completely disagree with me or not. It reminds me a bit like of how Harry Hill does his videos.
Oh right.
Not Harry Hill, as in the comedian Harry Hill, big collars. He'll do his like what's the. You Being Framed. He'll see someone who vaguely represents like. I don't know, Tiger Woods or something, and he'll go, Tiger Woods here doing a...
Yeah, and he sort of like
on the 11th.
People that they kind of look like.
Similar style.
Yeah.
Let's move on to what's been going on at VR here.
Yeah.
VR here.
VR right here.
VR here in Liverpool here now. Right now.
Here right now. That's not the name of the place, by the way. Don't be Googling that.
VR here, as in... if you put a German accent on it, we are here.
Yeah.
We are here.
Oh, yeah. Did you know that when you made it?
No.
Was that
bear in mind, I didn't
there?
make the name up. I wasn't there from the very start. So we are here, yeah. So Leszek, our owner, shout out. Les will be on it
Shout out to Les.
Along with Arik and hopefully Remy as well. So they're all the main guys who made all this happen. You can't see it right now. You will see it obviously in different bits, especially on Instagram as well. On my right here, which I can touch where you can't see, is the newest thing called, we call it War Robots. It's actually Vox Machina VR, a War Robots type thing.
Yeah.
Bigger versions of the Avatar things in
Is it like,
Avatar
sort of like a mech?
A mech,
yeah. Mech.
Your pilot, we use the joysticks. We got the the Cytec X52s.
Joystick and
lovely.
Call the left thing?
Throttle
and
so
joysticks.
Basically we've set it up, we've custom mapped the joysticks. The throttle takes you forward and back, you can reverse it, go back, and the joystick left and right, and it got like a lovely little flap, like the
little flap,
triggers on the back, and and they use the Windows mixed reality headsets. So there's them. If you wondering about price, everything's on our website, which obviously will be linked in. Along with obviously your social media sites and obviously YouTube my baby. URL. There's also a really weird beetle on that table.
Subscribe to Walk the Plank. It used to be, have you noticed my thing's changed? It used to be Walk the THA Plank.
Yeah.
I changed it to Walk the Plank now because I looked at my tags and everyone that searches for my channel searches Walk the Plank, so I just changed it to that. So it's Walk
It
the
would make
Plank
more
now.
fun. He's just sitting off there watching the video.
Subscribe to Walk the
So
Plank.
this is our third guest on the show, people.
His name's Frank.
Yeah, this is what we do on this video series. We play with beetles.
I just crushed him.
Because it actually hasn't been too bad. Apart from the start where
Only 2 takes though. It's a lot better than my videos.
I never used to be like that. I'm outside, like with like a selfie thing, going, "Hi, my name is Brett." That's a proper name nowadays.
Yeah.
War Robots, Voxmart Chainer. We call it War Robots because it makes more sense.
Yeah.
If you say someone, we've got Voxmart Chainer, they'd be like,
Is that German?
yeah. We say War Robots. Even then, people still ask. It can be done as single or a 1v1 or a 2 versus 2 AI robots.
Ooh.
And we use real airplane seats, so we will be overlaying pictures of things here.
Which I was very
Yeah.
shocked about.
They're real airplane
They're
seats
real
out of a plane. The newest things that actually are not even on there yet. What's quite cool is I'd like to be able to obviously tell people what we're doing in advance, also what we've just added. So we've just added those. They're about 2 weeks old. £5 each a go. Don't need a booking. You don't need to go on our website. The rooms you do, because they're half-hour or hour sessions. £10 and 20 respectively.
Yeah.
These are just £5 a go. If you want to extend, we do welcome that. Up to half an hour, obviously, would be £10. Bearing in mind, this is one experience inside your VR rooms. You've got access to Beat Saber, Job Simulator, Super Hot, a load of others.
Yeah.
And I know there's some experiences. We've got Google Earth VR as well. So more experience side, less hands-on, although it does have a lot of button interactions like zooming in, dragging the world across. Very good experience. The couple that I'm actually looking at right now in our system are made by the guys who done After HVR, which is like a shooting sci-fi, like they actually call it an esports shooter.
Oh right.
Right underneath the title.
I think
So
I've seen that one.
it's really good. It's still it's still in early access, which every VR game is early access. I'm pretty sure Job Simulator still no, it's not. It's not. It's been out a long time, Job Sim. But yeah, they've added some new games to our selection of games, and I haven't added them on for you guys to play yet. There's a couple. There's 3. There's one that looks a lot like Richie's Plank Experience.
Oh right.
Don't know if it's going to be as good. The problem I've found with not the problem with Richie's Plank is because it's amazing. And it's the most popular in here. One of the most popular ones. One of the found that the problem with anything that kind of emulates Richie's Plank is they never get the simulation of heights right.
Oh,
so there's one called not Walk the Plank. Might be one called Walk the Plank.
Hey, that's my name. I should copyright that.
Do you know it actually might be called Walk the Plank?
Is it like the same sort of theme where you're just like really high up on the plank?
You are, but you go to the other side of the building. You don't just walk out and...
Oh, you walk across.
Like a tightrope type thing, but different environment.
Yeah.
And they just... Guys, you know, if you're watching, you didn't get the heights right.
Yeah.
It still needs to simulate the depth of heights.
Yeah.
Like Richie does in his game.
Yeah.
I believe it's called Richie.
Yeah, I need to do that on my new channel actually, because people haven't seen, because they've updated it.
They have again, so they've hidden a few things, like the horror mode, they've hid that away.
Oh, right.
And actually put a warning off for kids.
Ooh.
So they've hid it away, you've got to take the panel off and then hit 666, and it also has to be enabled in the bonus options as well. So there's a few layers. I totally understand that, because we obviously work with children from around the age of 8 and upwards, who do end up clicking that 666 and get a fright when Aragog comes running up to the lift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Spider of Harry Potter.
Oh.
Oh, the lift fills with spiders.
Don't ask me to do that one.
So that happens amongst other things. Yeah, there's one called. Oh my god, I'm so prepared for this, man. There's another plank game which was, I believe, the video that was attached to it was actually from a European TV show, and they used it on there. So it looks like it's going to be decent enough. They also do one called Zero Gravity, which is like another spacey one, but it's realistic space in a spacesuit, and you go through the space station.
Like Lone Echo.
Yes.
Oh, I love
Probably not as
advanced.
good as that.
It was proper AAA. That I think it was the first AAA one they.
Oculus exclusive.
Yeah.
Which I also believe is on the Quest as well. Did they port it to Quest? I'm sure they did.
More than likely, yeah, because it's a fan favourite, that one.
They did with Robo Recall,
Yeah.
so yeah. And then the last one, a pit stop simulator with a Formula 1 car comes in and you've got.
Oh.
That was at
You're giving me loads of
Passionate.
ideas for my channel because I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm running a bit dry on ideas lately.
I think the core elements of the videos, obviously, if your ones, not the violence certainly, but the chopping people's heads off in Hell Split and the Blade and Sorcery ones do really good anyway.
They do the
but
best.
I think definitely if you start, especially what I feel like in here is I add more games on, it starts to become a bit more problematical.
Yeah.
Because you've then got to remember what's what and have time to fit them in. You'll definitely want to do more than one video of each game.
Yeah.
But the pit stop one looks more, not enthusiast. I think it'd be quite a good experience, definitely for Formula 1 fans. They could possibly be added onto our game selection lists, guys. First, what we'll do is, this is a good insight on how we do it. We have access to a particular library of games done from a company called Springboard, who set up our commercial licensing. So all above board, every time our games are played, developers get a bit of money back.
Cool.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah.
Every week, sometimes every day, Springboard will add new titles on. Some of them really, really high-end ones.
Yeah.
Some of them little less well-known. The guys at Smart VR added about 3 or 4, and those were those ones. And I've just added them on to test down on our end computer. So keep an eye on our Instagram and Facebook and stuff to see whether we added them. Also on our experience page on our website, it will be on there. So if we add them on, we always make sure that people know we're adding them on. Obviously, when you come down in location here, some people actually haven't seen our website. They just booked, and they haven't had a check of actually what's in here, which is cool. It's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Go in completely blind, especially if you've never done VR before.
Oh, yeah.
You go in completely blind and you haven't even tried it in a mobile phone, so you have absolutely no idea. This has been in my hand for about 10 minutes.
I've been watching it, and it's green as well, so it's going to colour key out.
Oh no!
You're just going to have a floating piece of background.
Right.
It's a lot different.
So I'll have to wrap it there, guys, because otherwise I'll come to upload it, and it'll say it's like 10 gigs, and I'll be like... Anyway, thank you for coming, kind sir.
Yeah, no problem.
And definitely come back and do another one.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it there and on to episode 3. On to episode 3, and we
Phantom
will.
Menace. Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's 6, isn't it?
Technically 6, yeah. I'll see you later, guys. Thank you, Ben, for coming on and eating all my food.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for buying me some Coke and crisps. We're not sponsored.
Cool. Let's wrap and see you soon, guys.
See you soon.